Hey, what's up, mate? Hi. Let me know if you can hear and see. Hope it's been a good start to the weekend. Yeah, it's been fine. I hope yours has been great too. Allergies have been really hardcore. I'm with you there. Good, but spring has kicked my butt. Yeah, oh my gosh. Allergies will always let you know when it's time to pick up the allergy meds again. It's a very organic process. Like, you stop taking them organically and you have to start taking them just to get through the day. Like, everything is itchy, everything burns. You have to buy allergy meds in like boxes of 50 or 70. Ah. Used to be a lot more resistant to it. Like, I didn't have any issues until a few years ago. I don't know why, I don't know what it is, but I apologize if I'm sniffling or if my voice is a bit rough. It's really just allergies. I took my meds. That's all I can do. When I moved to the UK, it was like a whole new world, and I didn't have allergies issues for years. Then it caught up with me. I guess you kind of got used to the pollen over there, I guess. I kind of feel like that's what would happen with my dairy issues if I went to live like in a different country completely. Like another continent, possibly. I feel like I could probably eat a bit and then eventually I'd start having issues with it. I'm having issues with eggs too now. Like, if it's in a recipe, it's fine, but eating like hard-boiled egg or any kind of eggs on their own is just not as much a great idea anymore. Sorry. I'm fine with eggs in recipe, but there are only a few ways to eat them that doesn't creep me out. Do you find them to be stinky? Like not in the sense that they're eggs gone bad, but I really struggle with the smell of eggs like cooking or cooked. Egg salad smells like sulfur to me. Well, I mean, if you hard boil your eggs for too long, they get to smell like sulfur. Like it's the quintessential egg fart smell. But like just like cooking them like in a pan, there's something about the smell of the protein cooking that just puts me off now. My grandma used to kindly fry my egg with no yolk and then white until they were crispy. Aww. That's really nice. Besides, if your grandma was a bit of a baker, you can always find use for like yolks and or white. We made cloud bread and I couldn't swallow it. What is cloud bread? Hey, Linda! Hi! Hi! Hello! I don't know if it's like that for you, Box of Paint, but like the allergies are seasonal, but putting one's face in a cat kind of aggravates it. I'm like, why? Why? My brain and stomach are in total agreement. Do not swallow. Oh no, it's bread just from egg. All eggs. Ugh. That sounds weird. Like it's not even meringue or like. I have a matcha latte. And it's cold and it's delicious. It looks really cool, but I couldn't, yeah. I don't know, man. It's not bread if there's not flour in it somewhere. You know? Hubby is trying to design palettes as a way to learn 3D modeling, and bless him, keeps hitting hurdles that I just can't help with. Oh no! What kind of hurdles? He's tried to make magnetic pans by embedding the magnets in the print, but we didn't expect the nozzle would suck them out. Oh no! Oops. We tried and succeeded in making flat palette that standard pans slip into. That's cool. I think from what I gather, I would have thought that the magnets are glued in after. But you mean like having the magnets be sort of hidden in the base of the palette? It sounds really cool though. The size of the magnets versus the size of the hole weren't perfect. So we know it's possible, but need to learn some tricks. It's kind of interesting how much of a household item 3D printers have become. Like, you can more easily find someone who has one than someone who doesn't. More than half of our test items have been cats, of course. Well, yeah. Of course. We almost got one at Christmas and he wanted to do more research. But yeah, they're really, like, I think they've become relatively affordable, and like you sort of, like, you will talk to random people and at some point they will, you know, mention that they have a 3D printer, and it's just like, oh, okay, cool. But a couple of weeks in and we're finding things to use it for. I mean, the possibilities are relatively endless, especially if you're kind of a crafty / MacGyvery person. That are actually practical and not just fun stuff. Do you have examples? I'd be curious to know. But so much fun stuff. How expensive is the material you have to use? Like the plastic? Is it like a regular printer where the printer itself is not the most expensive bit? It's the ink refills that that will break the bank. boxes and more boxes that fit in other boxes. Storage options are endless. Endless, sorry. D&D figurines, yeah, I know a lot of that. That's basically the whole Hero Forge model. Most of what is bought cost 15 to 20 pound a reel, and they seem to go for a good while. Oh, that's great. That's awesome. I think that the one use that I've seen, though I haven't looked into it really closely, but people who 3D print custom prosthetics, that's really cool. Like, talk about making something a lot more affordable, and like you can custom make some stuff for pets, for humans, for everyone, and it's a fraction of the cost that such a thing would have, you know, cost to do before. Every day a few more reels show up. Yeah, like, this kid, like, kids grow up so fast that it used to be an issue to give them prosthetics that would fit. But now you can 3D print stuff and, like, update it, and it's so much more affordable. Ow. Hmm. I see a lot of people 3D print mobility aids for pets too, and I think that's so funny. Like little support wheels for cats or dogs that have like hind legs issues and all that. The cats are also a big fan of the printer poops. Occasionally find them where they should. Oh, that's really funny. The latest toys that the cats here have been really fond of is one of the tube protectors that come for brushes. Like, I had the big one and I kind of just tossed it to them and they really enjoy playing with it. There are so little mobility aids for pets. That's so cool, isn't it? That you can 3D print that stuff. And like, oh, it's not exactly a good fit. Well, you can either adjust it if it's possible, or you can print another one and it doesn't like ruin you. I mean, it shouldn't. Nikki! Hi! Bear's new favorite lets me live out my rhythmic gymnastics dreams as it's a giant glitter ribbon and I dance and you fly. Oh! Oh, did I ever tell you about the similar toy that we used to have? I think we still have it, but it had to be retired. It was a kind of a plastic stick, and it was a big polar fleece ribbon that was a rainbow, like a really long one. Hey, Otto! Just woke up from an unintentional. Was it a good one? I hope it was a good nap. But yeah, we had this toy, and the cats were crazy for it, like really crazy. But what happened is that while running after it, Peko just gave herself a commotion by slamming her face in the door frame. She really like we both winced. It was a really strong hit, and she kind of associated the toy with the pain of that accident or whatever happened in her teeny tiny head. And yeah, since then, every time we would take out that toy, she would be afraid of it and go hide. So it's like, oh no, you have such a tiny brain, poor baby. Oh. Hey, poor kitties. I spent the morning sweating. Oh no, do you have a fever? A fever will do that, right? A fever will make you sweaty. It's been a weird week, so apologies if I'm repeating myself, but my super nut cat person dad, who agreed to look after my niece's kitty, now has a third. Wait, what? Hold on. Go back. Rewind a bit. So, okay, questions. Your dad, is he currently taking care of your niece's kitty? And also, follow-up question. Where did you find the 2 extra indoor cats? And follow-up question, well, not really follow-up comment, I'm really glad that he keeps them indoors. Oh, I have to tell you something really stupid. I shared it with Otto, but it sort of blew my brain when I was reading that. So for a bit of context, in this area, sometimes we see like people put up little posters for their missing pets, and more often than not it's missing cats, because cats are not very clever. They tend to like run out and then can find their way back anyway. So lost kitties, and always like keep an eye out and all that. So a few days ago, we saw a poster for let's call the cat Tangerine. Okay, not the actual cat's name, but it's an orange cat. So Tangerine the cat goes missing. Family puts up posters. Have you seen Tangerine the cat? Blah blah blah. I'm like, okay. So I saw that, and yesterday I don't often pop up Facebook, but when I do, it's to keep track of a local group for missing pets. And I had posted about a cat there anyway, so I check it up and I see that the human who had lost Tangerine the cat had posted there and has had posted an update that Tangerine the cat had come home. He was found. They got him back, and I was like, oh, awesome. But then I keep reading, and I see that this person has posted again. I'm like, what? And I read, and I see they say like, oh, Naval, Tangerine's brother, is now missing. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? And I read more, and they're like, so we've been letting Naval out, hoping he would bring home Tangerine, but now Naval is missing. And I had to pause because I was like, hold on. You had a first cat that went missing because you let him out. And you thought it would be a good idea to let the other cat out, like the cat's brother, out, hoping you would find the first cat. And then the first cat finally was found and came home, but now the second cat is missing. And I think it's one of the stupidest things I've ever read. I'm so sorry, but no. Cats they have a tiny brain with just a few working neurons in there. You cannot count on a cat to, first of all, find the other one and bring him back. Anyway, I was just like floored because I'm like, why do you even have cats? I'm so sorry, but first of all, don't let them go outside at all. And as much as I love all of my cat visitors, and I love them to bits, you guys know that, I would still much prefer to not have any cat visitors and know that all the kitties stay home, indoors, and safe, you know? But that was so next level, and the person was like, oh, I miss my cat. I'm like, oh, why are you like that? Oh. Okay, hold on. Update on the cat death situation. Niece dropped her 2 cats off, Cookie and Mrs. Kitty, and then recently someone dropped a cat off as they do in the country, and she's a big orange tabby. His name's Scooter. Oh, oh. So she's his cat now. That's adorable. I love it. I love the stories of people who are like, oh, I'm really not a cat person, and that statement holds up right until they have to take care of a cat, and suddenly really hope they don't have a third cat. Oh, me too. And I mean, okay, fine, if the person had a bit of like awareness of the whole ridiculousness of the situation, like in their comments they're like, oh no, well, like if they were a bit like, I don't know how to say it, but if the second message about the second missing cat was less presented in a less oblivious way, that might go over better. But the way they presented it, I was just like, why? And I think they were like, oh, it's my cats, I haven't had them for a full year yet. And I'm just like, and this person has kids too. Anyway, that was my mind-blown moment from yesterday. First cat goes missing, you go into full lockdown. Oh, absolutely. Dude, like, I would never ever let another cat out being like, oh, he's gonna find the first one. That's such a stupid thing to say. When Chaz went missing, like, I kept joking. I was like, Shiro, find your brother, find your brother. But Shiro's a cat. She was like, what? Nah. I'm glad that he's gone. I have much less hits in the face now that he's not there to hit me in the face all the time, you know. They're cats. They're not social animals. They're not dogs. Anyway. And last Sunday he had Mrs. Kitty and Scooter fighting over the best spot on his belly. And was still stirs on first. Aww. Hubby is much more chilled with ours being in the garden. I feel like if I ever relax, they will know. Yeah. Do you take them out with like harnesses and leashes and whatnot, or are they like free roaming the garden? I could never. I've always been just too paranoid. Like even the cat I had as a kid, like if we were like, oh, we're taking the cat outside, he would have a collar and a leash on. And like I would try to to keep him, control him in some way. I wouldn't let my dog loose, go look for another dog. Yeah, I guess with dogs it can depend on the dog more. I feel like with cats it's 100% unlikely, but I feel like with dogs you might stumble upon a more like investigative dog that will understand this concept better. Perhaps a herding dog or something. But but over the last year and a half, they go out with me to feed the fish and water. Do they come home like when you sort of call them to? How do you get them back inside? Oh, Ellen! Hey! Hi everyone, just listening in the background today. I will counter with ex-feral cats being too dang smart for their own good. Oreo actively avoids open doors. He knows he's got it good now. Clever kid. That's a clever cat. I think we've tried a couple of times to bring the cats like just outside in our arms for like a photo or something, and they will absolutely not roll with it. They will panic and Jinx, wait, hold on, when, how, what? Not recently, but Bear ran up the fence and onto the roof last fall, and I've been dubious of letting. Oh yeah. No, you didn't tell me. Oh no, baby, Jinx. They are only allowed on the patio. Patio? We say patio in French, so if they go into the actually grass pit, we move them back. But 9 times out of 10, I say it's time, go in and click, and they go in. Do you have a clicker, or if you just like snap your fingers? Which I'm sure is part of the plan to make me drive my car. Oh wait, I didn't tell you it was last year. Okay, so my friends who own Jinx live in a converted church. Wow. It's a big church, and they live on the 2nd and 3rd floor. Whoa. And the roof is on the 3rd floor. Oh no. Alan says, we have an enclosed front porch, and now that the weather is getting warmer, he's enjoying the open but screened windows. Yeah, that's fine. Like, I really don't understand people, like, okay, in general, okay, let's not go with the odd cases, but most cats will be perfectly content to stay indoor and have access to an open window when the weather allows. Like, I've never really seen cats in general act like they're really missing out on going outside. Oh no, poor baby! No, Jinx! It's a big church and they live on 2nd and 3rd floor, duplex, and the roof is on the 3rd floor level. One day they just heard like a scratchy sliding noise, then meow as she fell. Oh no! They ran out to find her, couldn't find her for ages. Thankfully, she landed in a bush. They found a cat-sized hole in the bush. Then she hid under her mom's car. Oh, poor baby! No! Oh. She didn't have a scratch on her. Yeah, she's lucky, but still. Oh my gosh, poor kitty. Have a range of sound I make is follow me. For me, I think most cats I know will react to come on, come on, come on. as a follow me sound. Also, my cats will sometimes react to snapping my fingers. Poor kitty. Poor Jinx. She definitely spent one of her lives that time. I don't know why, but in my brain, the whole situation with the sliding, like the scratching, sliding noise, and the meow as she fell are really cartoonish, and it's kind of funny. But yeah, poor kitty. The Cat God in The Dead Boy Detective is fantastic. Ooh, that's on Netflix, right? Or is it on Amazon Prime? We had a trial of Amazon Prime that we used to watch Fallout, but it's almost over. Jinx has the worst sense of balance I've ever seen. Oh, oh no, poor baby. Like, she can't quite jump onto a sofa right, or she will fall off the back of the sofa every single time. As if she expected the sofa to be, like, wider in the back, so she has more of a landing space. I didn't know it was Neil Gaiman until after he started it. It was really good, and you get some characters from... Oh, I didn't know that. I quite liked Sandman. So I can very believe that she went onto the window and totally... No! Poor kitty. I did a similar thing as a human once. Not from a window, but like I fully acted on the assumption that something had an extra step and it did not. And I fell. Didn't hurt myself. Definitely spent one of my lives at that moment, but yeah, same energy. Poor Jinx. Aptly named little kitty. Aww. The best noise I can do to get Oreo to pay attention is this very soft double click noise with my upper palate and tongue. He responds to that better than his name. Huh. One of the Eternals makes an appearance. Oh, I haven't seen that too. I don't watch a lot of stuff, really. We keep up with Dungeon Mishi, and we watched Everything Everywhere All at Once yesterday. Is Neil Gaiman and Amanda Palmer still together? Ooh, that's a good question. Oh, Eternals being the DC. Okay, okay, okay. I thought you meant Marvel's Eternals. And I was like, what? My favorite Delirium. I don't think I've seen that. Did you enjoy the Sandman series, Bugs Bunny? The Sandman was so sad. Was it? I mean, it started kind of really serious and like dramatic, but once the sort of first story arc that's a few episodes was over, there were quite a few really fun episodes, I thought. Delirium is from Sandman Comics, and her story was super gothic, and every time you see her, she appears different. And she was my OG. The Marvel's Eternals are a Jack Kirby creation, if I recall correctly. Because of that, I've heard really, really mixed reviews. The light became delirium after an event. Oh. It's a really interesting lore in general. I think it was really difficult in the 90s to not see someone with a drawing of death as their avatar. Tried the Death spin-off series of comics from the Sandman. She's such an interesting character. You got what everyone gets in a lifetime. It's always a good perspective thought. Yeah, that's true. I have the big slipcase library editions of The Sandman and Death. They look amazing, but they're so heavy to read. Oh no! Oh, I kind of have that issue with a my edition of Sherlock Holmes that I have. It's like a great big collected edition, so you have 3 fat books with annotations and context and all of that. They're really cool, but they're a bit difficult to read because you don't really know how to hold them, and you kind of need a table to read them, and it's just not very cozy. One of my friends welcome to make me cry. Oh no! No! Oh. Did you guys watch Good Omens? The 2 seasons on Amazon. Speaking of Neil Gaiman, I tried watching American Gods. But I don't know why, it just didn't take and I stopped, and then I lost that subscription because I think it was a trial of something. American Gods. I had started reading the book and I stopped too. No, I did tell you to wait on season 2 of Good Omens, that's right. Season 2 of Our Flag Means Death is perfectly watchable. Still haven't watched the second season of Good Omens, but I've been exhausted due to severe oh no! Yikes! That's not good. Had it been running for a while, because I mean, can you like get really bad from it over a short period of time? I mean, iron is kind of difficult to get in sufficient amounts, I feel like, especially if you're not a big fan of like red meat. American Gods is good, but it's a bit more dense. Some of the other worlds, yeah. Like, what I've read and especially what I've read, I think I got further in the book than I was in the series, but I really enjoyed it. It just, I wasn't really hooked. Perhaps I was not in the right mindset for reading. And I find that reading is difficult. I find it difficult to sustain, like, to read fiction and to keep with it. Like, if something happens and I can't read it for a couple of days, I just forget it. And more than likely, it's a combination of, perimenopause, the change in jobs, stress, being sick for much of the winter. Ducks apparently get worried at the level on. Oh shit. No, that's not good. That's severely anemic, right? Oops. I love that Neil Gaiman does his own readings for audiobooks, so you know exactly how it was supposed to be. I didn't know that. That's really cool. Oh man, 12. That's under 20%? Yeah. Eep. He's amazing at readings. I once went to see his reading in this massive Gothic church. Whoa. Okay, that's nice. That's a good match. Amanda Palmer's version of Idotech. I can only think of the Radiohead song, but it's Idiothek. Yeah, Radiohead song. Idiothek. Funnily enough, every other thing seems to be fine. Thyroid, B12, all that kind of thing, just fine. I have I've managed to keep working much to the surprise of many apparently, but we spoonies can endure a lot. Yep. Very good at convincing oneself that it's fine. It's fine. But I never felt comfortable with that pairing. You always look super uncomfortable being on videos next. I think I tried listening to her music a couple of times and I was like, yep, this is not for me. And I just ignore. Like, she's not relevant to my interests in general, so I forget about her. The same, Tori Amos, I cannot stand Tori Amos. It's a absolute incompatibility with me. We're spoiled in terms of covers anyway with Marilyn Manson. The dude is problematic, but his covers were always the best. It's really difficult to beat that kind of cover games. A cover game? Oh, anyway. Otto yells, "Guys, there's a car parked across the road that is quinacridone gold. Do I go scrape the car?" I think you should. Can you imagine? When I was a whippersnapper, I went to see Marilyn Manson directly after work in my business suit, so my friend just did my makeup from the makeup. That's amazing. How was he live? It glows in gloriousness. The person comes back and the car is just like has been stripped to the metal in like in just a couple of hours, and they're like, wait, can you imagine, like, let's say you have a car that is quinacridone gold and you're kind of used in your brain to the association that your car is yellow, basically. And then you go somewhere, you come back and you look for your car in the spot you left it, but all you see is a like nude car, gray. And do you like assume it's a different car? It was an amazing show. Reminiscence Top Live real show, man. That's the vibe I get from it. I've never had the opportunity to go see him, and it's kind of weird because if I was to go see him in a show, I'd have to go on my own because I don't think I know anyone local that would go with me. I watched a video about some colors and Quinn Gold was one of them, and using a glass more you lose the bright vividness, but I didn't really understand the science. Maybe that's why a lot of the artisan-made Quinn Golds are much darker and like red than, say, the commercial ones. My poor matcha is looking neglected. This is like Iwa Inugu. The finer the pigment, the lighter the color. So do you think that the big companies, they would mold their queen gold until it got much finer than what handmade paint makers can do? Is that... Haven't seen Marilyn Manson in show, but I've seen Placebo, and that was quite good. Well, quite good. That was really, really good, actually. That one I felt more okay with going on my own. But I don't know, I feel like Manson might be a bit too... like the crowd might get a bit too rowdy. And I'm a really weak, short, old, and like bespectacled fan. I just worry a bit. There was a joke on Married with Children about that once. Al and Fam end up at a car wash and they lose the old Dodge. Turns out Al forgot the car was originally red, so they can't. That's so dumb. There have been only a few shows that I opted out of because I wasn't comfy, and I used to go to just about any live music I could get into. But me and two other 30-year-old goings to Tattoo, we decided we might be out of place. Honestly, I feel much safer at a Marilyn Manson gig. Yeah, I mean, I've never been to a pop concert, so I couldn't say. But you gotta remember, if a lot of Manson fans are also your age, they might not be moshing as much anymore. That's a very valid point. There's a mosh pit and all you hear is, ow, oh, my back, oh, crunch, oh, no, okay, that's enough. Oh, sorry. Hell, they're my age. I think we're a similar age, Ellen. I hate moshing food. I've never moshed. Like, it's not the kind of shows I go to. Most shows I go to, the sort of equivalent of moshing is dudes standing upright with their arms crossed, bopping their head. That's about as far as it goes. Oh, there might have been a few like teeny tiny mosh pits at some Mars Volta show I've been. Guys, mosh pits are really safe. I still wouldn't want to be in one. Like, ew, people touching me. Ugh. Especially if you're a girl, they look after you. That's good to know. I used to play rugby in high school. I was queen of the mosh pit. You couldn't move me unless I wanted someone to. Oh yeah! We went to see Sex Pistols and opening bands or Stabbing Westward and Gravity Kills. And we were front row and in a mosh pit for 6 hours. That's a good workout. We were fine, but a few others had some incidents. Shiro is here. Hi, Shiro. Hello. Hello, teeny tiny cat. I love Shiro so much. I would steal her if I could. She's such a sweet little baby. Yesterday I did the thing where I was able to grab her gently, and I just lifted her up like just a few inches off the ground, and just like wee went like that and plopped her down, and she weighs nothing. That cat has to be like 5 pounds at the most. She's small and she's lightweight, so I really don't feel bad giving her a bunch of snacks. I love how she just chills out on your window. Yeah, she really she's been hanging out a lot in the like near the windows, and I'm all for that. First of all, she's adorable, and I can go see her when she's there, and it's always very cute, and also it's safe for her. Like if a cat is gonna go outside, I would rather they keep to areas where they are, not at any risk of being hit or being attacked or whatever. What was everyone's first concert they ever went to? I don't remember. Garth Brooks. Oh, that's so American. I was at what should have been a relatively mild Great Big Picnic. Great Big Sea, Blue Rodeo, and 5440. Can't get much more Canadian. Only if you have the Tragically Hip. That's the only way you can get more Canadian. Or Nickelback. Ended up protecting some kids near the front for hours because the mom brought them up front. While 54, I don't know that band. Was one before a Great Big Sea. Crowd was more rough for 5440 than Great Big Sea. And then the turn. Wait, what? Okay. I don't think you can get it to be much more extra than that. That escalated quick indeed. Your first concert that got blown to us. That's memorable. No wonder you remember it. Not my first. Oh, okay. I was age of majority then. Was at the Guelph Conservation Area. A tornado took off part of the stage roof while the band was on. Whoa! That's kind of really metal, though. Sorry. Like, they didn't evacuate it? I guess not. I understand that tornadoes can sort of be surprising, but still, I mean, the weather must have been pretty shit. Quite a few years ago, I went to see a free concert in Montreal of, it was Deltron. And it was really good, and I managed to, get there early, and I was like in front, and you can even spot me on some of the journalist photos they took. That made for really interesting photos to sort of memorialize the event. Typical for the Great Lakes, sudden storms in summer. They had to stop the show for a bit. They tried playing through it, water bouncing off the drums. Then the power went off. Yeah, that will happen. That's so funny. when we had a tornado in Germany, it was normal before and super nice and sunny after. Oh, that's weird. I mean, I guess it happens, but it's gonna be weird to experience. It's a bit like when the eclipse happened. Like, it was super nice here anyway. It was super nice before, then everything went weirdly dark, and then super sunny again. I had enough to make fun of, oh no, as a child, but when I moved to Philly, our first fire drill, I got under my desk because it was the tornado drill sound. Oh no! Then got the power back, 5440 comes out, finishes the set with a few more songs, and it's been a pleasure taking a shower with you. That's amazing. Oh, Ellen, as a fellow Canadian, are you familiar with the band Crash Test Dummies? There was a tornado in London not long after I moved over. Just formed, took out a street, then vanished. Whoa. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that makes you want to create a whole world and a whole story of something, you know, worthy of a shonen manga. Crash Test Dummies sounds super familiar. They had a couple of really big hits in the 90s. But yeah, I got to see them live at the Quebec Summer Festival. And they did their set, it was a lot of fun. And at the end, the thing is with the singer of the Crash Test Dummies, he has this really deep voice. Like really, really nice and deep. And he came out on stage and he stripped and he had a pink feather boa and he sang a Britney Spears song and it was really, really funny. A Superman song, yeah. Oh, I love Peter Pumpkinhead, that's also my favorite. It's so good. It's so good. And the music video is amazing. Ended up taking a swim in the pond with Alan and Sean of GBS along with their stage crew. And I've seen the Dummies a couple of times. Peter Pumpkinhead came to town. Hey, Duad, hi! Duad, I was thinking about you last week because I went to my local grocery store and they have a surprising amount of Polish ingredients and like stuff. And I was like, oh, and they had like that plum compote thing you guys were talking about, I think. And there was a couple of other like Polish stuff that I was like, oh, because I knew this grocery store for being mostly Italian. And then like Middle Eastern stuff, but the Polish stuff was kind of a surprise. Yeah, compote. Or however you say that. Yep. You guys know the song. Superman's song is quite known too, isn't it? But yeah, Peter Pumpkinhead. Oh my gosh, such a good song. There was a bunch of Polish stuff that was from the same brand, and sort of the brand image on all the packaging was like a folklore old man from Poland, I guess, and I was like, okay. A bit like, you know, when you have Aunt Jemima on on some American stuff. My mom made rhubarb compote yesterday. You channel it. But yeah, they had this, like these, one was like prune butter. Anyway, I love going to the multi-ethnic grocery store because first of all, the stuff is so much more delicious than the stuff we get from the US. And it's usually healthier. And it's like you get flavors that are interesting actually, rather than just boring stuff. Also, Povidla. Yeah, I think that was the name of it. But I think there was a jar of compote too. Our US section is 200% junk food. Yeah, it's just baffling. Like if you go to any kind of grocery store that has stuff from multiple continents, countries, um, it's so striking the differences because not the same ingredients are allowed in the food and it's not the same level of stuff, and you just compare the ingredients and it's like, oh, wow, what we get is so crappy. Like if I go to my other regular grocery store, it's mostly American and Canadian stuff, and it's just so depressing. It's it's beyond depressing. I go there and I feel like the despair of not knowing what to eat stuff but still be somewhat healthy. It's you either have to go all healthy and like over the top on it, or it's garbage food. And then you go to the stuff that comes from all over the world and it's not garbage, and it's just like I can find a mix of granola from Poland that is nice, and it's not like infinite calories for a handful, and it's not full of garbage, and it's not overly sweet. And I'm just like, oh, right, you can eat cereal for breakfast. It's possible. Just not American cereals, you know? There is nothing that contains a button of. Yeah, exactly. It says on it, like, no corn syrup, no palm oil, and you're like, wow. I still buy it because I miss it, but it's always makes us feel icky, and we go buy more. I mean, that's quintessentially the American food experience, right? Seriously, like if I look at the Milka chocolate bars, they're still chocolate bars, but you compare that to like a Kit Kat, and even then, Kit Kat is one of the more delicious ones. But like a caramel Milka and a caramel, the caramel, you look at it and you get diabetes. The Milka is a bit more balanced, you know. Yeah, America's issues with food is our sugar, but it's one of the issues. But America, I mean, I include Canada in that because it's like culturally it's similar. You really have to go to a different country, different continent to experience something different. Milka is very sweet though. Nothing compared to a caramel bar. Seriously. I don't know how they do it, but caramel, like you weigh a caramel and it's, I don't know, let's say it's 42 grams, and you weigh 42 grams of sugar and you eat 42 grams of sugar, it's not going to taste as sweet as the caramel did. It's bonkers. One thing I absolutely loved in Ireland and the UK when I was there last September were the sugar-free drink options. There was this carbonated raspberry lemonade. Ooh. Bye, Shiro. She was leaving. Yeah, and everything is kind of like I was cruising around and I saw that they have these syrups. That the idea is that you add it to like water or carbonated water, but even if it's still a syrup, the way it's sold to you, you still have a control over how sweet you want your drink to be. Whereas if you buy like a 2 liters of soda, you cannot really control the level of sweetness in it, you know? It's just going to be absurdly sweet. Or you can get the sugar-free version, but that's kind of a different problem then. I just saw a thread about people freaking out because they didn't realize sweet and sour sauce from McD's is apricot jam. And maybe I'm just weird, but I read all. Is it really just apricot jam? Because that's hilarious. Oh, it reminds me of plum sauce for egg rolls. Kinder chocolate is super sweet, but I'm pretty sure if you tasted Kinder Chocolate from North America and Kinder Chocolate from Germany, the North American one would be absurdly sweeter. If I ever pull myself together and send you that vintage polish, oh, that's so sweet. Like, no rush. You keep in mind, no rush at all. If it never happens, that's okay. But that's a really nice thought. I really appreciate it. Like, I need to know. Well, I'm like that too, but it's mostly because of allergies. Plum sauce for egg rolls. Yeah, it's a bit like sweet and sour sauce, but it's made from plum. You know how plums are quite sweet, but they're also a bit sour. So since egg rolls here anyway are like deep fried and quite like heavy, the sourness and the sweetness of the sauce works well with the egg rolls. Milka is super sweet. To me, is more sweet than Kinder. I'd be really curious to send you guys some like Canadian Kinder and Canadian caramel. I love caramel, like the regular kind. But oh my gosh, caramel is insanely sweet. The caramel itself, I mean, caramel is made mostly of sugar and fat, so sugar there, and it's the most sweet milk chocolate you can think of around the caramel. Like it's difficult to eat. It's so sweet. Wait. What are egg rolls? Do you know what an imperial roll is? Yeah, a spring roll. Spring roll. Are spring roll really the same as egg rolls? Because over here they're two different things. Hold on, I need to. Over here, a spring roll is a cylinder that's mostly like, it's a rice wrapper that is wrapped around stuffing, and it's a cylinder, and it's usually not supposed to be very big. It's supposed to be this big, and it is fried. It is fried. That's not the issue. Everything here is fried. So that's over here. That's a spring roll, and an egg roll is sort of like more rectangular, and it's squeezed at both ends. And it's a different dough. It's a more like a regular flour and egg based dough, and that's also filled with stuffing and deep fried. And then you have like in I don't know what it is in English. In French we call these like rouleaux impériaux, so like imperial roll. And a spring roll is it's bigger, it's not fried, and it's basically rice vermicelli and lettuce, and then you often have shrimp and mint and cucumber maybe, and you usually dip that. It's served with the peanut sauce. That's a rouleau de printemps here. Not fried. Yeah. It's usually was in where we are in the UK with plum sauce is numb with a dash of. Plum sauce is basically sweet and sour. But yeah, if you get cheap plum sauce, it's made from pumpkin, not even plum. Egg rolls are an American Chinese food staple. Deep fried dough with meat or sprouts inside. Oh, you get meat or sprouts. The ones I get are mostly like cabbage. It's always like 50% cabbage, and then a bit of other veggies, and then a bit of meat. Or no meat if you go for a veggie kind. My favorite Milka is one with the dame pieces. Oh, I saw that one at the grocery store. Though I'm really bummed. They don't have a lot of dark chocolate Milka. They have the, I don't know how to say it, but you know, the Polish brand WAWEL. They have dark chocolate from that brand. but I've yet to try it. 100% bean sprout in an egg roll with a few chunks of pork and maybe carrots. Oh yeah, I forgot about the bean sprouts. Though I still get a lot of cabbage in mine. A few chunks of pork and maybe carrots or cabbage, but the bean sprouts. Ugh. Man, bean sprouts are yummy if they're fresh and crunchy. But when they get soggy and kind of hard to bite into... I've never seen a square egg roll. Well, it's not square, it's rectangular, but it's... You know how the spring roll is a circular sheet that is rolled, so you get something resembling kind of a cigar? This is like a big rectangular dough, so you fold it, and you crimp the ends, and you glue it in the middle. Anyway. The big ones are sometimes sold as autumn roll. Oh my gosh, so many different names. Pumpkin tastes nothing like plum. I know, but I guess a lot of people don't care. Where is the egg? I think it's the dough. Yeah, exactly. It's in the dough. I don't know if American egg rolls differ from other country, but it's essentially a vegetable burrito with pork or chicken or neither. If you can find good spring rolls, like the fried ones, they're so good. So how do you say that? Do you say the W's as V's, or do you say the W's as W's? I got some cacao from that brand. They have a lot of instant coffee that's also Polish, and I'm so bummed because they all have milk in them. And I'm like, oh, I want to try this stuff, but I don't want to die. But die, I say that as a joke, but you know, I don't want to have the pain that comes with it. Do you guys ever wonder why these classic Chinese American treats are called egg rolls? One possible explanation is that the dough traditionally used to make the wrapper. That's so American. Let's make egg rolls. Oh, why are they called egg rolls? Certainly not because they contain egg. Oh, what? That's stupid. That's so stupid. I'm so sorry. Like, North America is so dumb. SV, so it's Wawel then, right? Check out the Wawel Castle. It's so great. Oh, I'll definitely have to check that out. It's a basic sort of brand like Vedal. I mean, over here it's special because it's unusual, but yeah, I see what you mean. Oh, it's so stupid. I'm so sorry, Otto. North America is so dumb. Oh, dang it. It would be like calling something a grilled cheese, but it doesn't have any cheese in it. Like, cheese... Sorry, I'm just flabbergasted. Am I still asleep? It's the only explanation that makes sense. I'm sorry, it's stupid. It's so stupid. If I'm dreaming about your live stream in my dream. Well, I can show you Pico if that will break the spell. Pico is cute. We love Pico. Shiro is back. Hi, Shiro. Hi. I can't hear you, but I see you meow. Though you don't really meow, you squeak. She's a squeaky cat. Okay, so I'll do the thing where I cover my camera with my hand to not make it so wobbly. Hold on. Whoop, whoop, whoop. That's a kitty. Hey, Pickle. Oh, she's sound asleep. Hold on. Oh, come closer, baby. There you go. There you go. It's a baby. Two beans. Oh yeah, you can kind of see some beans here. Did you pigs? She's like, Mom, leave me alone, I'm sleeping. Mom. To be a little cat. A little indoor cat. I mean, that's the good life. It's like, Mom, stop. Mom. Okay. Okay, Pickle. Okay. Alright, I think I might end the stream a bit early. Mostly because of allergies. I feel like my face is just one big itch. It's right in the world with a bit of cat. I can give you guys just a sneak peek before I go of a video I hope to do next week. But I was testing out Cotman paints, and they kind of were much better than I expected. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a matter of my expectations being so very low, or if the paints are actually like quite serviceable. But I will definitely elaborate on that in the video that I hope to make about these next week. And I also painted like these with it. These are more like sketches, so it's simpler, but still, I was like, oh, okay. I don't know why, but my memory of Cutman paints was crummier than that. Hey, Salome! Just in time to say hi before I log off. Thank you! Cutmen are better than most people think. I'll die on that hill. I mean, my impression of them was much lower, but I tried these and I was like, oh, okay. Like, it's some of the colors in there, I mean, most of the colors in there are really quite nice, and even the white, it's a bit blotchy, but it's nicely opaque. So yeah, I was pleasantly surprised, and you get some really good granulation in the ultramarine blue. Anyway, that's a sneak peek video coming next week, hopefully. And till then, I'll try not to talk too much because I think my Cutman paints dried out. Well, I mean, they're supposed to do that, aren't they? Shiro. Shiro has a little goatee, and I think it's adorable. think my cut memories are tied to the paper I use because I had that experience recently. I got out my old palette from uni and they were actually nice. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Best thing about Kathmandu is the small white bones. I agree. It is the best travel palette I've ever seen. It's really sturdy and it's really nice. The cat on the laptop. Stickers. I usually have like the fun stickers on top and then sort of the brand stickers on the back. But yeah, so thank you so much guys for being here today. I'm sorry this one is a bit short, but yeah, I allergies suck. They suck so much. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to stream next weekend. Yeah, I think it should be fine. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Good luck if you have allergy issues as well. And if you have pets, go give them a big, big hug. And until then, see ya in the next one. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, Joad, I wrote to you on Discord about the stickers. Alright guys, bye.